Welcome back to the earliest reviews. Today's review is focused on Only Murders in the Building, Season 1, Episode 10, the season finale, entitled Open and Shut. And the official synopsis of Open and Shut is: the trio races towards a resolution while their own lives are put in danger. And before I give up my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. And I felt like this was a pretty good season finale, and it opens up the door for season 2 because of that crazy ending. So the episode just starts off with just some narration from the man himself, Tim Kono, just explaining how things are about to change, taking it back to the very first episode. And then we get some new behind the scenes footage of this Tim in his apartment, looking at his ring and everything else. And then meanwhile, we see Mable and Oliver trying to get to Charles immediately to tell him exactly what they discovered. And once they tell Charles everything, Charles is not trying to hear it. He doesn't believe that Jan will do that and everything else. But Mabel believes that Jan is the killer. So then the two of them leave. Sometime later, Jan goes to Charles's place and she explains herself, as in why she lied about being the first lady of cheer as a bassoonist and everything else. Meanwhile, Mabel and Oliver, they are going into Jan's apartment to find more evidence. And it's back and forth between those two things. And Charles, he is faking it, as he really does believe that Jan is the killer. And it seems as if like Charles was not about to get played again, but Jan, instead of poisoning the drinks, she poisoned Charles's handkerchief, and he is basically messed up and paralyzed, all bad. Meanwhile, Mabel and Oliver, they go through Jan's place. They find the green emerald ring that Tim was looking for all of this time. And they find a knife that she had stabbed herself with. We get some more footage, and we do find out that Tim and Jan, they were in a relationship. And a couple of days before Tim was killed, Tim broke up with her. And we finally see what happened the night that Tim was killed. And as it turns out that Tim and Jan was talking, Jan says that Tim had forgot some things. Tim in his mind believes that he didn't forget anything. And the way that Jan poisoned Tim was by a drink. Like, she was trying to like give him a drink on good times. And then sometime later, when Tim was back in his apartment, that's where he died. And then that's where Jan decided to overkill him by shooting him and everything else, trying to make it seem as if like it was a suicide. And Jan has a bigger and crazier plan in motion, as she is going to try to kill everyone in the Arconia, because why not? By basically poisoning everyone with the gas in their apartments, and she decides to leave and do that. But Charles is somehow able to get up, as he did the right thing by recording all of the evidence so that it'll get proven in court, to say the least. And then it is another cat mouse, as Charles, Mabel, and Oliver try to look for each other. Charles does not get no help in the elevator by no one. They all think that he's crazy. They all think that he's just sour, that he has to leave his apartment and everything else. After a huge cat and mouse between the elevators, the three reunite, and Mabel, Oliver, Charles, they all know the truth now, and they all try to stop Jan from poisoning everyone with the gas, as one of the residents was like, they don't feel so well and everything else. They think it's the gas. And then they all go to the basement, and a huge confrontation happens where they are able to stop the poisoning from continuing, when it seems as if like Jan is about to put everyone on a t-shirt. Mabel is able to somehow take control of the whole situation. She knocks out Jan for Tim and everything else. And sometime later, Jan is off to jail. Like, she is going to jail. The case has been officially solved, But sometime later, we see Charles is trying to talk to Lucy, and Lucy responds and everything else. And Oliver, he talks to his son and the dog, and all of their relationship seems to be on good terms and everything. So the night later, the three are celebrating their successful victory with this case, and it seems as if like something bad is about to happen again, as Charles and Oliver both receive a message to get out of the Arconia, and they try to get to Mable. But when they get to Mable's place, all they see is Mable bloodied up, a dead bunny, and she keeps saying as if like this is not what it looks like. And then to make things worse, the FBI or the FBI, SWAT, whoever, they raid Maid's apartment, and all three are arrested, with every single resident of the Arconia just looking at them in disgust or shock, with Cinda Canny even being there. And that is where she gets her idea of her new podcast, Only Murderers in the Building. And that is how the season basically ends. I felt like this was a good episode and a good season and everything else. Some of the things that I enjoyed about this episode was that the murder was finally solved. We now know who did it, Jan. And many people on Reddit predicted it. Many people on YouTube predicted it, that Jan was the killer. I didn't see it at first, but due to more evidence being put out in the light, it just made sense. Hearing Tim's perspective on this and everything else, as it was interesting to see what Tim thinks about it, as we finally got to see the whole truth of what happened. And what I think will happen in season 2, now that the entire gang are arrested and everything, I think that season 2 I think two things are going to happen in season 2. And that is Cinda Canny going to try to make a podcast of what happens at that night with the three getting arrested. And she's going to try to like put pieces into together, as in like, how was Bunny murdered and everything else. I think the three are going to be fine. I think they're going to somehow prove a way that they didn't kill Bunny, Mable didn't kill Bunny, and I think Detective Williams, she's going to try to help them out in the best way that she could possibly can. And some of the questions that I still have is, who sent them that message to tell them like to like get out? Like, who sent them the message? Second, who killed Bunny? And third, why did Bunny go into Mabel's apartment? Because I don't think Mabel killed her just like that. Like, why would she kill Bunny? Yeah, Bunny may have been a piece of crap, but why would she kill her just like that? With the green ring. Like, I don't know why. I still think that this green ring still has some type of significance and everything. Like, I don't know why. I just think that green ring is still more bigger than people are not seeing. I don't know. But I think this was a good season and everything else. And I cannot wait for season 2, because season 2 is going to be a lot crazier in my opinion. So I would just say thank you for always watching, and until next time, goodbye.